to play tonight. Guild Wars, I mean, he wants to play Guild Wars tonight, so I have the laptop.
I'm not sure what Sizzle is trying to hit.
I just made sure it works.
Oh, you did the D&D Beyond thingy, yeah. I was like, how can you roll when you don't target anything?
Those are some very tiny skeletons I see on the map.
Oh, you mean the animated ones?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's just because the others are tiny and because of the tokens. Of course, I could put everybody to be like medium size, and then the skeletons would be big. Just
You can make them a bit bigger though.
I could, yes, but let's not. Also, I think I fixed it. Did I not? Yes, I did it.
Oh, I just took another 8 points of damage. So I don't know what you fixed, but I didn't like it.
Oh,
yeah, the animations.
Yeah, it's the animation that I just tested that it worked because I managed to set it up today.
Do you have damage set to auto apply since he instantly took the damage?
Yeah. It will though take, if there's listed what's called a resistance or immunity, take that into account. So if I posted some fear effects, the skeletons wouldn't be affected because of their immunity to fear.
Yeah, no, I know how melee works, but I just know that with saving throws, it with some spells that with some attacks that, for example, have a main damage and then a saving throw for an additional effect, then it can get quite messy.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I've set up the half damage thing for some. So
no. I mean, like, for example, if you have a spell effect that for example does a main damage, and you have an additional roll.
Oh, you mean like
that has an extra damage? Then
let's say example Booming Blade, where it does the main damage, and then they
then it would instantly apply both damages. While only one applies and the other only one moving.
Yeah, that's why I have the one, so I can see like, okay, this doesn't look right. But let's get started with a recap, since the last time our adventuring group saw themselves hired by Amira and Samisa Imbashiate to escort them in their search for the Library of the Stars. So last night, Samira vanished, and Amira presumed from her reading that she was going to had found the Library of the Stars. But what she also read, but her sister most likely didn't realize, was that the Library of the Stars was most likely a lair of a dragon, which our group also learned after they found the Library of the Stars and had some encounter with first some animated armors, and then our little Taru had almost bitten his hand off by a shark who really liked him, but managed to escape, most likely to Taru's annoyance. So the group pushed on into the second room, where they, after a little puzzling, managed to figure out the mechanic and advanced to the third room, the Cosmocarium, where they now find themselves. Over the course of this, they have found some books which, if I've set it up correctly, should actually be in the journal for those that has found the books. But with that said, let's get the game started. As you now find yourself in the Cosmic Haricum. Oh, what is it called? Cosmic Haricum. So, what would you like to do? There's a lot of bookcases, and in the middle of the room is what appears to be what do you call them? A little like a model of the star system.
Yeah, so from the angle that we're looking at it, can we see which side of this bookcase is actually open? Does it look like it sort of encompasses the whole room? How tall is the bookcase below the solar system?
It would be, I would say 3 stories high, but that's maybe a little too big. So 2 stories high. So the bookcase is about 15,
20 feet.
Yeah, 20 feet, yeah.
Oh, this is quite something.
I had to about here and look in the bookcases if I see anything that catches my eye.
Feel free to roll an investigation check.
I'll do the same at the table, at the top.
Let's see. Cecil, you just find some books that is called stuff like... what was it called? Calibrate, Lord of Souls. And in it describes a person that, according to this, was created by the Tree Original. Or rather, it seems to be created by Bahamut, though it could be, shall we say, translation of your helm, since the language, as I recall, let me just check. Yep, it's Infernal. So, what? It could be truth, but it could be a lie, what is written in it. While Emis, you find something interesting about someone called Umi, the moon goddess, who, according to this, created the stars and the moon. Though it doesn't specify if she created all 3 moons. Though there is argument behind some people if the 3rd moon is a moon or just a little baby planet or something. They can't agree with it.
Okay.
And this solar system up above us, does it look like our solar system?
Well, the question is, how versed is Taru in astrology? Or
He knows there's 2 suns. And this all seems to connect to one. So, yeah, he wouldn't be that versed in the science of it, but I think I'm trying to check what he's actually. I've forgotten. Yeah, I mean, he he would know certain things about like how to navigate via the stars and things. He's for sailing techniques, so he would know old sailor stories, that kind of thing.
Well. Roll me a history check, just normal.
Okay, let's see. I'm not sure if D&D Beyond is. Oh, there we go. Okay, it has connected, but that was a 7.
Well, you're not quite sure if this is the solar system of Arania or if they used it's another solar system, or maybe it is. It could be that there originally was only one sun, but then another appeared. But you are not quite sure, because, yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell when this was created.
Yeah, he quickly loses interest in the fact that there's only one sun and realizes he doesn't recognize any of the planets and things either. He starts trying to figure out which one could be. He's looking for something shaped like an eye, which, because that's how he knows the maps to be, and he's not seeing it, so he's very confused. Where are we supposed to be on this thing?
Well, that's a really good question, because no matter which angle I see from, I can't quite connect it to it. The two things, and like, you can't see it, but she's pointing at these. They could be moons. But that means where is the black moon then?
Well, any of you know anything about these stars and whatnot, or shall we press forward and see if we can find whoever runs this place? I suppose. I mean, if there is anyone here. My Drake will start running up the staircase and he'll sort of follow after.
I see. And what does the rest of you guys do at the moment?
Charu will follow.
I'm interested to check what's on this table here.
On that table. Oh, that's really interesting. Where did I put it? What's on the table is something really interesting. It speaks of a drake named Fes Rasal Goldhin. Though, from what it says, it's basically like, it says that this dragon was created by Bahamut, Sadior, and Tiamat in unison, and is potentially the only one the three dragon deities has ever created together. Though there is also hinted that she may merely have been a dragon that has been uplifted by Calibreth, the Lord of Souls.
Okay.
And let me just see if I can find I think I. Oh yeah, I gave it a picture. Let's just show it to player. That should be. You should see it, right? The picture, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I
Yep.
see. Fancy. Nice.
But was that only supposed to show to one?
It's only supposed to show to one because unless
that the book you're
unless
looking
he unless he decides to basically show it to others, then there is nothing shown.
Yeah, with the book here, I'll take it with me.
Okay. I see.
Taru sort of leans over the edge of the railing and shouts down to the other two. You guys find anything good? Any knowledge worth value? And he does air quotes.
I only found books.
Well, you said you liked those, didn't you? Any good ones? Any?
Something about some kind of dragon created by Bahamut, Tiamat, and that other one.
Oh, Sadio. Oh, well, yeah, hang on to that. What about you, Sizzle? Oh, his flame's gone out. You're not interested in the books then either, Miss K? What was it again?
Kylera.
Kylera.
She's coming to look at the books.
Well,
Likes books.
right then. Well, while you nerds get reading, Miss, is this the place that you were looking for? Do we know? I mean, where could your sister be? Is this what she was looking for as well?
Well, it's set the library of the stars, so this would most likely be the place. Since she was seeking for something that would make her great and powerful. She seeks to prove herself to the family.
And what was her name again?
Her name was Shimisa.
Right, well, everyone keep a lookout for the girl. And he's going to start marching around this bookcase, just looking over the edge and calling out her name.
And you just hear echoes like Shimisa, Misa, Misa. Like, basically, like, yeah, just ricocheting. So, if she is here, she's either unable to answer or, yeah, missing. Oh, yeah, not here.
Yeah, he's just looking around over the edges to see if he can see anything, but sort of hoping that the others will also be looking for her.
I'll look in these bookcases here again, see if. Yoink.
Well, there is some really interesting cookbooks like How to Grill a Kenku and other bird folk. Something that certain places may not like.
Anyone want a book on how to cook oversized chicken?
Thanks. Steve puts up his hand. Though.
Wait, the skeleton can cook?
Yes, Steve's quite good at cooking.
Okay, I take the book about how to cook kenku and I give it to Steve.
Kind of like starts reading it. Like nods.
Yes, little Jinfu here will definitely take you up on that if he ever gets to use that cookbook.
Steve gives a thumbs up.
Guys,
I couldn't see anything up along the top.
guys, there's something written here. Oh, let's see. And she's starting like going around and seeing like. The stars are made of gold, and space is all but empty. Should they all be sold, I will be rich aplenty. The tale now retold, the legend of the astral century. The sky ring I hold, astral gods help me. Interesting.
Does it look like this is actually some kind of a mechanism, or that it could move around the sun?
Well, while the map is static, what they actually have been doing is moving slightly, slightly to. They seem to be like moving, presumably, in the way the solar system they are based on moves.
Yeah. Okay, so they are orbiting, but do you think that's some kind of a clue to? I mean, do you think it's a puzzle? Do you think these things can be realigned?
Potentially, though, the question is if these are connected to the planets, because imagine like moving the moons, what that could do to the ecosystem of the planet.
No, I'm pretty sure this is just a fancy clock. I don't think it could actually connect to the moons themselves, could it? And he just gives a concerned look to Ines.
I have no clue if they could connect to the moons. I mean, I'm familiar with knowledge, but not with how and what magic can actually do and what not.
You could always roll an Arcana check to see. if
I'll try it.
Well, magic. There exists magic that can transport you from one end of the world to another in a very quick succession. So connecting something to the actual stars, while it may be possible, though the creator would most likely be really powerful. At least that's what you think.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I see anything else interesting in the room that would even lead me to think something of importance would be here.
Well, they mentioned sky rings, and there seems to be only 2 planets with rings. Do you think that is a coincidence?
Can you actually post that what it says on there, because there's no way we can remember just from hearing it once. Taru goes up to try and read what it says on the thing that she found. So does it look like these things do, or can we physically move them ourselves, or are they just locked to the mechanism that they are moving on?
Well, has anyone tried to see if they can move them?
That's what he's doing. That's why I'm asking. He's pushing on the thing to figure out if it moves. That's what I'm trying to do.
It well, give me just a strength check to see. Yep, it moves well, and it doesn't seem to go back. It seems like you can actually move these things, so you could align them, though you then have to most likely figure out, like, okay, how fast does one move, because they may move out of alignment if you, like, okay, I move the blue one so it matches up with the rest, but then because it moves like 1 feet per second while the others moves like 1 feet per half seconds or something like that, then it is basically faster than the others and therefore misaligns. So aligning may be the answer.
Turn to the other two. Any ideas?
Hmm.
Not at the moment.
What if we don't actually have to do anything here and there is just some door we can walk through?
Well, have you seen any doors?
Well, I was walking here, so what did I see here in the south end?
There's a staircase down there that leads up to the same staircase that
Yeah,
you're
but I see
standing next to.
I was wondering because I see a bookshelf end here, a bookshelf end on the other side, and a staircase. I was not sure if this was a wall or just a
This,
passage.
well, this is a wall, and it seems to be one of the carrying walls.
Yeah, it looks like the library carries on the other side of this shelf. Looks like it goes all the way around.
Yeah, I was at the other end of the bookshelf, but pretty much the same story. Hmm.
Right. Well, I mean, only thing I can. I feel like the two ring planets are a clue, but other than that, not sure if we're supposed to be trying to align them or what exactly this riddle wants help with. Are we the astral gods and we need to help?
Hmm. Um. Let's see. Did I have it? Yes, I take out my magnifier and go around the platform to see if there's anything missed in minor details or something like that.
So go around this entire
Yeah,
platform.
this platform here, where the riddle was found, and I kind of use my magnifier to see if there's anything small there was missed in the readings or anything of text or something like that, or any clues that might even help.
Roll me. That would be, yeah. Roll me a investigation with advantage.
Let's hope for the best. Wow.
I like that it's like no, and then gives you a 5 as the best. Well, there is nothing you can see. Like, yeah, the only thing that seems is like, it seems to be like someone recently like touched the thing that holds up the ring planets. At least they seem to be like whatever powers it basically makes it like it seems like it's jumped off or something.
Could I try to use my navigator's tools to identify where these are supposed to be, like where they would actually be in the sky?
You can certainly do that.
Because maybe they're out of alignment and we've just got to put them back in.
Yes, you can use the. I'm not sure if there's a navigator's tool roll feature. Just do that with advantage.
So, just displayed what proficiencies I had.
Yeah, I wonder if you most likely have the tool if you have it in your back, because there gotta be a navigator's tool.
Oh, yeah. Just. Yeah. He just starts rummaging around through his backpack. Ah, yes, here we go. Oh, damn side of my screen stopped me from getting a nat 20. But that was not bad.
Well, that's not bad. From what you can see, they seem to be intended to move like 2 feet. Or, well, they seem to be like 2 feet. The big one that the Amira is standing on at seems to be like 2 feet out of alignment. It should be about 2 feet longer down, and the one that she doesn't stand on, it seems to be really badly off it, because it should at this point be down here. So it seems that someone mislodged it or forced their way through.
Yeah, we'll share that with everyone else and say, all right, here, maybe try help me get them back into alignment. Maybe that'll unlock something.
I guess it's time to push then.
Amira, she will be with this one here. She will be holding it, so you can. Yeah, well, since both of you is doing it, I will actually say you can both give me a strength one to try to lift it like into place with advantage.
Okay.
Just a normal strength or athletic?
There's athletics if that helps you, but yeah, I always forget that because it's the only strength save.
Okay, good. It was the 12. Yeah.
Well, you managed to together to lift it to the correct position, and you hear this click, and the machine, and it's like, ooh, and you hear like it sounds almost like the machine is really happy. Like it doesn't grind in its gears or whatever powers it.
Move over to the next one and ready a dragon scale thorn whip to try and whip it around the axle of the other one and try and pull it back into place, but waiting for the others to help me with it again.
Yeah, I'll help with it again.
And let me see, Kylera, you doing anything while the others are trying to do it or trying to help with it in any way?
I guess the skeletons can try and help, because their strength isn't amazing.
Well,
I mean,
with that you
how
can.
many should I...
Well, with that you can just. You can both, Taru and MS. You can give me what is it called? Athletics with advantage, and I'm gonna take and just use Steve as the little helper from those. Well, that's amazing. You managed to get it there, and it's starting to like just going a little bit over, but Steve just stands there and is able to hold it back with the help of his other skeletons. They just manage to stop it so it doesn't break off or whatever would happen, and you hear this little click as it falls back into place. And up here you see like a little staircase fall down, but also you see suddenly out of the shadows appears what seems to be 3 animated armors. Now the question is, how are you gonna tackle this? Do you want to try to smack them, or potentially try to just rush past them and hope that they don't see you or don't intend to follow you into the next room?
Sorry, where are these things appearing? I can't see from where I'm. Okay, so only actually us up at the top would be able to see them.
Yeah. Cecil is basically not able to see them.
Guys, I think we have company, and he will start rushing his way back around to the others.
Is your plan to fight them or?
My plan? We're in this together, man. What?
I was just curious what you had in mind. If you plan to fight them, then we might as well make it as advantage to us as possible. But if we plan to avoid them, then I'd say we need to run for it.
Well, whatever we're gonna do, I think we should do it now. They may be coming in here. You didn't see anything about animated armors and that being part of the clue, right? They're not the astral protectors. What? The astral sentries?
Let's see.
Don't think so. Though, could be. Never seen an astral sentry.
Um,
I mean, they're just a couple of suits of armor. I'm pretty sure we could take them, but it's up to you. You ready for a fight, Jinfu? And the little Drake will give out a quack. Hindricon.
yeah, I guess we'll fight. It was about here, right? Or
Yep. And hopefully it will. Give me a second to reload. One of them has decided to engage me in a battle I can't win with the ruler.
it's trying to rule you.
It tries to be the one to rule them all.
Well, my plan would kinda be to use my boots to fly over to this one here and then drop a bunch of ball bearings in its path.
Oh wait, those wings on your boots aren't as decorative.
Oh, they certainly are not. And I tap the heels together and I fly towards this way. Oh, okay, he
You
was
mean
there.
this
I didn't
armor?
see. Yeah, that one, and I then drop the ball bearings. Let's see what was the range of those? 10 feet. Okay, I would then go over here and drop them like across these two squares.
Where you say?
So this square and this square, like I spread them out towards the armor since it's probably going to head my direction.
This one?
No, wait, let me draw it because it might be a little bit easier. Like since it can do roughly 10 feet. Oh,
Okay, I see. That's fine. And with that, let's just get the initiative going.
What happened while I was gone?
uh, the puzzle was solved, and that opened a door down here.
Oh, fancy.
And it also apparently triggered 3 armors. Which we now are in combat with.
Is that?
That's one of the armors that rolls really bad. Mm-hmm.
Oh, pretty well.
I just doesn't. A Drake acts on my initiative, right?
Yes, I wonder why it pulled the Drake and the skeletons in, since they should be working on your initiatives.
Yeah, if you select them, it probably just pulls them in. It doesn't care in what initiative they act unless you, well, don't select them and let them act on that initiative.
It didn't pull the Drake in.
Weird, and I can't remove those two, but
What? But that must have been your role because it's not showing up on from our side.
okay, that's fine. Let's see. Combat carousel, show me stuff. Yeah, I can see two skeletons, but those I'm just gonna ignore. Just see. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see. Is all on the initiative. Yes, all on the initiative. So let's start the combat. It starts with Amira, who, for easy's sake, just are basically trying to see if she can get, what is it called, herself and Sissel to the exit. And let's get to, let's just jump over those skeletons and get to Kyleria.
Okay, well, let me look at the stream for the map quickly. Okay. Hey, come on. My laptop's been really slow tonight. It's lovely. I guess they'll go and swarm the closest one.
A direct line to it, or
Yeah, direct line, I think.
remind me again, what is the effect of the ball bearings?
DC 10 dex save or fall prone.
Oh fuck.
You're also still standing 20 feet up on top of the bookcase, so.
Yeah, but the skeletons aren't.
Oh, the skeletons.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, the skeletons was basically that, but let's see.
Yeah, I think they might go around. I wonder if they're smart enough. Probably.
Let me just
They've been taught
see.
well. I mean, only Steve's at the top. Whereas one of them's missing. I have 6.
Let's just see if they are smart enough. I'm just gonna give them a ability one, and then you see. Actually, let's just do it for 1 because that's a little bit easier to handle. Okay, let's see if I'm just gonna give them advantage to simulate them being multiple. So yeah, they are smart enough to know not to step in the ball bearings. But that also means that only 2 of them can attack it at the moment.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wait a second. No, they actually has, now that I realized it, they have what's called, I totally forgot they have bows, some of them. And let me just see. Okay, so those 2. The rest I'm just changing to a short bow to make it a little easier. Okay, why? Ah, that's perfect. Let's see.
Okay, so how many can hit in melee?
There's only 2 that can hit in melee, while the rest is bows, which, yeah.
Okay, so I think Steve would also go for short bow from up top there.
Steve, he's in the front.
What? Wasn't he up there getting the book from me?
You're right. You're actually right. But I can tell you this: he doesn't hit.
Oh, poor Steve. He tried.
Yeah. You could try with the others and see.
Let's do. I feel like Mr. Skellington. Who did the best last time, Dev? I mean,
Not Jim.
obviously it wasn't Jim Reaper.
Jim, he seems currently
He's
really
cursed.
interested. Just look at him. He's basically hitting his own party member in the back.
So which two are the ones that are able to hit? So I don't want to. Or should I just choose?
You just choose, basically. Just.
Okay. Mr. Skellington. And let's do Catherine.
Mm-hmm. Well, both of them hit, and I can
Oh.
see that's good damage.
Skellington did well.
So that's 12 damage in total, unless it's immune. No, it's not.
How are the short bows? Jim, Frank, and D.
The short bow hits. And it seems to basically be so busy with those two, like, just standing there and hitting it, that it doesn't see the arrow. And just hits, like, it
Do all
in
three
the
of them
head.
hit?
Yeah, the three of them hits.
Damn.
The swords does, and the short bow. The one Frank did. It just hits and goes right through him for some. So it's weird, since there should be something in the armor. But let's see. That brings us to almost to the end.
Oh no, it's I still have me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. Are any of them in close vicinity to each other? No, not really.
No, they ain't.
So no AoE. Let's not try and kill my skeletons as well. What? Ooh, I like that one. But that one's only really going to affect living things. And those aren't really living, are they? Let's shoot a chromatic orb of You can't do necrotic with chromatic orb, that's sad. That's like a whole thing.
Yeah, that's sad, but
That's
you have to
disappointing. But anyway, I think let's go with acid towards the one that they've been attacking.
Yep, roll the damage.
I think that hits. Oh, fuck, that's bad.
No, that doesn't hit.
Yeah. The skeletons are doing a lot better than their master. But yeah, now that's gonna be my turn.
And that brings us to Taru, who can he hit them?
Sorry?
It's Taru's turn now.
Yeah, and then what? What we asked?
I was just thinking to myself if he can even hit the one. Then I remembered, oh yeah, he's the one with what's called a ranged weapon.
Yeah, he's got his longbow at the ready, and then he says, "Go on, boy," and he's going to just nod to the dragon as he pulls an arrow back, and then he is going to. The dragon will use its reaction to let out a little burst of flame and light the arrow as he knocks it, and then he will loose one arrow through the air towards this thing. Technically, he can only do that once he actually hits, but that's what he's trying to. Does he have advantage from being up above them, or is this a regular roll?
You would have had advantage, though the skeletons is kind of like in the way for the targets, which would give you disadvantage, so it's a normal roll.
bow is fucking useless. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Sure. And
Oh,
that
there we go.
hits, and let's
Okay.
just.
So, yeah, it was the first damage. It was the 7, but then
Yeah,
it does. I think it's the same. Wait, it's a D8. No, never mind. So
what it
then, as
actually
the
is.
reaction,
It is. Let's see, that's 2 damage. As I said, basically, when it hits, it's like. The armor just sees, like, the arrow, and it thinks, like, ah. He's like that, and just does a jump, and jumps directly into it, and then it hits it, it's armored, it starts to glow red as the fire like causes it to be hot, meaning that if it hits anything, it will add a little fire damage.
okay. Damn it, Jinfu! You set the metal on fire. Not so much. God. And he knocks another arrow, and with this one, sorry, I just want to check if I can actually do this. If I've already done. Yes, because it's just an attack action. So then, with the next one, he's going to do an. Nah, fuck it. He'll just make it a normal roll. Sorry. It just goes through for one more. Arrow misses and ducks behind the.
It basically it hits the armor, but just basically melts on that fire. And then that brings us to that lovely little animated armor. Yeah. God damn it. Now does it. Oh. Oh. And it looks at the furthest creature and it's like, no. And just takes its hand and slams into the skeleton. Which, thanks to the fire damage, poor skeleton. Just brings it down to death.
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh well. Dead. Yeah. And then it turns to
Have to
Steve.
bring it back.
Yes. Or maybe. And then it turns to Steve, looking at it, and it's like
Not
taking its
Steve.
second. But because it's Steve, it just can't bring itself to, and it's like just in front of it, and then it's like thinking, I'm hitting Steve. And just lets hand fall down. It simply can't bring itself to hit Steve.
Yeah, Steve is giving like puppy dog eyes, but Steve doesn't have eyes, so
Yeah,
it's like.
and that brings us to the armor you actually didn't trigger, because none of you was in range of what it can see. Which brings us to Imus.
Okay. Yeah, I go. I move myself to there. Oh. And then I target. Oh, there we go. And I do Draconic Strike. Do you use flanking or not?
I do use flanking. And yes, I will allow this one, the first strike, to have advantage. The second nerd. Because think of it like being surprised because it was so focused on Steve.
And would be the acid damage in my case.
Yeah, that's what I think. So you're basically just coming there and it's like, oh, you're seeing that fire and it's like up, down, and just hits it in like its plate where you like burrow some hole into it and it's like, ugh, and you see like, okay, there's some shattering stuff inside. But you still have another attack or more.
Yeah, it still stands, so I attack again. Wait, oh, that was unintentional. Not sure why I rolled that. I'm going to use my breath of the. I have two breath attacks. That's the annoying part.
The dragon breath?
Yeah, I have breath of the dragon and I have dragon breath. Yeah, for that one, I'm going to take one step towards here and then use my breath weapon. And see. So that it doesn't hit the rest.
Yeah. And let's see, it is... Okay, it's force damage, and you just blast it apart as it falls down. And it's now dead.
Let's see, I move from there to there for the advantage, then I move to there, which would be 25 feet total. Yeah, I'll leave my turn at that point at the moment.
And that brings us to the armor that was engaged by a mirror. Let me just check. It just runs over, basically just gets to them, and it's like looking really mad, like just the shadow just falls down. It's like White had to use its dash action to get there, which brings us to a mirror who is like nope, and disengages. Let's see how she can get. Yeah, and because of that, we also see Fizzle or Sizzle follows her and disengages, so there's no opportunity attack. And
Does she let us know there's an armor there?
And she's like, guys, there is armor. Come on, help. And that brings us to Kelria.
Oh, you mean Chilera?
The one with the key.
Ah, okay. Just getting back to the room. But I think they'll sort of like, I think their short sword damage is a bit better. Let's see. So Steve is definitely staying up. Wait, no, fuck, it isn't Steve that's up. No, it is Steve that's up. Oh, it's the same. So yeah, Steve will do short bow. Come on, Steve, you can do it. No, Steve cannot. He was too shaken.
No,
come
I
on.
wonder how he tries to shoot something that is in like the other area. I don't even think he could see it. No.
Oh wait, that one's dead? How did I miss that?
How high were the bookshelves?
20 feet. So I would say that would pretty much block it. And even if it didn't, it would at least give it like, what is it called, the quarter cover or something. But I can't see like where they stand at the moment that they potentially would be able to shoot them.
Okay, can Chilera see one from where she is? Well, the one from where she is. Because on the stream it is... Ah, there we go. While it is far.
Let's see. Yes, you could potentially see it because of the light of these things. Without that, no.
Then the skeletons are going to mourn their friend and to collect her bones so that Chilera can reanimate her later. And Chilera is going to do... you can do a lightning bolt, I guess. Yeah, why not? Wait, no, fuck, it's a library. That's a bad idea. Never mind. We're not doing a lightning bolt. Wait, no, they're constructs. Fuck!
Are you sure they are constructs? You presume they're constructs.
Are they constructs? What kind of
That's-
check would I need to make?
Well, I don't even know if they are. Oh, interesting.
What kind of check should I do to like determine whether they're a construct?
Oh, god damn it. That's a hard one. I think that would be arcane, actually, because they are animated armors. It seems the most logical.
They wouldn't be constructs?
I don't know. I don't see, like, you could do an arcane check to see if you have an idea of what it is, since that. Let's just see. 14? Well, it's armor, so could be a construct, could be undead. Hard to say.
Okay, either way, blight is not gonna do anything to it. Let's just do Toll the Dead. Has it taken damage yet?
Nope, it hasn't.
Toll the Dead won't be as effective. Oh wait, we can do Chill Touch. The range is 120 feet, and I'm sure I'm within 120 feet, but she'll move a bit closer anyway. If she can. Let's do Chill Touch. Which isn't chilling or touching.
No, I
Ironically.
Well, it hits. And let me just check.
Cool.
Okay.
And it can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn. And if it is undead, it also has a disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
Fine. And that's your turn, which would bring us to Taru.
Okay. Yeah, so can you just show me where she pointed out that they are, because we can't see them through the walls. Okay, up at the top. And I'm gonna have to ask you to move the. Maybe they'll move together. Nope.
Should
No.
move them.
Okay, not my token. Just leave it. Don't. Okay.
The token literally
Please stop
vanishes from
touching.
me.
Please just leave my token alone. I'm trying to use it, but every time you do something, it's messing. Okay, so from up here, I assume. Okay, I'm gonna have to then use a step of the wind to dash, and I will dash another. Yeah, I won't use the full dash, but I'll go up here so that I can see down over the side. I can't on the actual map, but I assume it's right there. So I'm going to attack again with my longbow, but this time I'm going to use a bonus action. And actually, we don't want it to stay right here, so I will just attack it with the longbow. But I can't target it. So hold on, it's going to be old school. That's a 15 to hit.
Doesn't it?
Okay, next one. $17.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Nope. It just sees you and just steps right out of range for both of the arrows.
Cool, that's my turn.
Yeah, and that brings us again to that one that hasn't been engaged. So it just stands there since there's nothing that would trigger it. Bringing us to MS.
Okay, I use my bonus action and my action to dash both times. One with a step of the wind and one with the regular dash action. So in total, I'd end up around here. I can't move there because of the walls, probably. So
Where you say? Let me see. Where you say it was? Let me see if I can find you. Can you pick? Oh, there. You mean here? Or
just on the edge, because else I would be hovering 20 feet in the air above the. I could end up here at most.
you mean here? Is
Yeah,
that...
where I'm right now, because of my movement speed, because it's about 45 feet to from the ground to the top of the shelf, and then I have still 90 feet to move, and that would be roughly what I could move safely to end up here without hovering in the air where I could get smacked down by the armors.
Okay.
And that was my turn.
Yep, and that's the armor. Okay, that's interesting. Just decides, nope, it's not gonna see you as a threat, and comes. Tries to smack her. Which it does. It just comes and just smacks her in the back of her head. While she's recovering, it tries again. It slams her again. Though that's all it can do. Which brings us to her. Who is like, yep, not gonna do that. And disengages with a bit sizzle, which should bring us to Kelria.
Kylera, yeah. Let's do Toll of the Dead now.
What's the range on that spell?
Six.
So a little closer to getting range of it.
Sure, closer. I need a wisdom save.
It fails, cool. And it just
22.
Yeah, I see. It just sounds like looking really, really bad at like just crawling through the ground, like get across, like if it had movement, it would crawl towards it.
Cool. And yeah, I think the skeletons would just be chilling. They're still mourning their friend.
Okay, so that brings us to the next one, which would be Taru.
Okay, is this thing... So is it... It's just gone for her, right? And I assume it's standing right in front of her there?
Right here. Let's see.
Yeah, screw it. Then he's going to run over here and he's going to switch weapon as he switches to his short sword. And he's just going to go, no, damn it. She's the one who's meant to pay us. And he's going to leap off of here towards the guy. Can you just move me through the wall there?
Oh, yeah, that I can do, yes.
So yeah, he's trying to sort of run diagonally and just leap across there. I think maybe not from where he actually stood, but he should just be able to get down there and try and make an attack.
You can do it with advantage. Yes, you hit it and it just falls over. And whatever was inside it is like vaporizing or vanishing. And that means that you now technically are out of combat.
Oh, all right. Was that all of them?
I think so.
Oh, let's be sure then. And he'll keep his swords drawn and stick with the other two at the bottom to try and start searching the rest of the stacks to see if there's any more of these suits of armor around.
I'm going to investigate the corpse to see if I see anything of interest or anything that stands out.
Feel free to roll an investigation. Well, what you can see is that there's transcribed some kind of thing, something inside of the armor, though since it's technically not a language, it's not something you would be able to read, but you most likely already figured out that someone had bound like something to these armors.
Well, as we could have noticed, these things are magical in some form. But how about we continue on our path and to the stairs that just appeared after solving a puzzle?
I think that might not have been all of them. And he starts readying his bow again, pointing down towards the bottom of the map from where he stands.
Yes, but it doesn't seem to be. If there is one, it doesn't seem to be agitated at the moment or triggered to attack us. So why not leave it be?
Oh, fair enough. Do you think we've unlocked whatever? Oh, right. The stairs have opened. He only just notices this now. Well then, after you, I guess. He keeps his eye trained on the armor at the end of the corridor as he sort of whistles for Jinfu to come and join him, but as we're still in combat, I can't move the token.
Yeah, Carlera is very sad about D, but all the skeletons are like carrying different parts of her so that we can, get her back. So it's okay.
Switch it to free movement. Yay.
Does she, who I keep forgetting her name, look injured at all?
She looks pretty badly injured to me.
I pull out the ointment I have. Need some?
Oh, that would be lovely. Presuming it's not some poison.
It's not poison. And I'll.
She's like, much better. Let's continue. I really want to find my sister. And she starts like moving towards the stairs.
And in the meantime, I'll also deactivate my shoes.
Yeah, they're pissed not to use all of the fly time.
Well, I mean, they do have 4 hours of flight time in a row, so.
Yeah, you say in a row, though remember, time may not flow the same as on the outside. So it could be that 4 hours had already passed.
If they already passed, then I wouldn't have to deactivate them.
No, and it hasn't, because, yeah. So I presume you all move to the next area.
Yeah, I guess that's the path forward, so yes.
Yeah, I wait to go last, just watching to make sure that Arma doesn't come alive, but then follow in at the back.
That's fine. So we can transition to the next area. Come on. God damn it, don't tell me that it's just missed. Let's see. That does it. That's funny. It's black on.
Oh, I can see.
Yeah, I can also see on the stream. It's just funny that it's like. I can see stuff on that screen, but not on the master screen. Which is bad. Ah, God damn it. Anyway,
Well, those two are NPCs.
which are NPCs?
I'm saying the two at the door. So I assume it was Imis that went up first.
Yeah. I just pre-placed them. Which means, let's see, with you. So let's see. Yep, you'd most likely be in the back, so that's fine. Well, let's see here. What does it say? Ah, now that makes sense. I was like, why doesn't the door appear? You can see the door well as you open it and enters. The room you enter is illuminated by a dim purple light. The air feels and the smell has changed to something slightly foul. Only a few seconds after you step into the room, you hear the same voice you have heard every time you entered another room say, "Welcome to the Athenaeum of Void." And what you see in front of you is more books and a table where a book is laying on.
Well, I don't really see anything because I'm in the hallway.
Ah, yeah. God damn it. Always.
Well, no, we're again at the top of a stack of books.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we are. Why would a stack of books have both sides inside? I assume it would be some kind of hidden
Yeah.
hallway something.
I'm really wondering, like, why? Well, that's a good question. Why? I guess someone just, was very thoroughly with stuff.
What? No, it's two levels of books. There's a bookcase up here on the second story, and then there's another bookcase that was on top of. What? Huh?
Oh, I didn't see any stairs. I just saw the thing I came through here. Oh,
Yeah,
it's also.
those are stairs.
Oh, it's really damn dark on my screen. I can barely make out that stairs.
Yeah, yeah. And Calria or Kalia or whatever.
Kylira, yeah.
Yeah, Kalia. What is she doing?
She's just going along into the spooky room. Really spooky. I like it.
Okay. The spooky room.
Spooky. Look at that purple stuff.
Can we see? Does it look like there's anyone sitting at the table? Taru goes along the top, trying to get an overarching view.
Roll me perception with advantage.
I'm not sure I'm supposed to see the door here on the map.
No, you're technically not supposed. I'm not sure why it's not hidden.
If you look it, then if it's not marked as a secret door, then the players can see it.
Most likely why.
Well, that bookcase is basically identical to the one that we walked through, so I think it might make sense.
Yeah. But basically what Taru sees is like there doesn't seem to be anything on it other than some books that has been scattered and around stuff. Like there doesn't seem to be that much.
Yeah, I look around the room to see if I spot anything that catches my eye, like usual.
Well, the only thing other than the light and a lot of books, nothing seems to be amiss.
Start shouting the sister's name again.
And I'll go through this bookshelf here to see if anything interesting is in it.
You can roll me an investigation check.
Denied again.
Yeah. It's just because Dragonborn doesn't have dark vision, at least. There's at least not the type you are. You just can't seem to make it, and it seems like the ink on the books are like moving around, so it just like when you're starting to get a grasp on what it says, it's like damn it, it moved to something else, so you can't quite figure out what the books are.
Can we see any like candle holders or anything that we might be able to light to add some light to the room? Because Jinfu's currently got a flame in his hand. He's used his produce flame again. That's what he's using to light his way.
Well, you can, but Amira is like looking here and is like, this like purple light over here, and it's like lit. It's most likely what produces this light. So it's weird why having stuff there would turn light here. Also, why so many books on this table?
Is that purple light coming from a flame?
It seems to be a flame, or at least something that gives light. It's not sure if it is flame. It's like something that gives the light, but what actually causes the light isn't sure.
Okay, well, he's going to try and cast thaumaturgy anyway, and just try and brighten the light for a minute. He can affect flames, but that's why that's the only thing he knows that makes light. It's flames, and so he'll try and just brighten it up so that everyone can see a bit better.
For some reason, when you try that, well, it gets a little bit lighter in this corridor, but nothing else. Actually, for one moment, it's like going totally dark in your room. And then it turns back on. Like, doesn't seem to have that much of effect, or maybe a adverse effect.
I'm just trying to make it so that everyone can see better. I'm not trying.
No.
Okay,
it
he
is-
just goes, all right, someone want to take a look at those books on the table? Otherwise, I'm feeling to start burning shit.
Sure. Kalira will go and take a look. I'm gonna assume that's an investigation.
Well,
My laptop is
holy,
being really slow.
that's
okay.
a really good one.
Nice.
So what you actually see from the book you pick up, it seems to be like made of human skin, and the ink, it seems to be made of blood. And from what you can read, it is like extremely dark stuff. Like, this seems to be some really, really nasty necromancer that has made this book. And it even mentions something about like corrupting void rituals.
Kalira wants to. I mean, does this seem like the type of like necromancy stuff that she'd want to do, or is it like properly like, oh fuck no, this shit is like destroying universe kind of shit?
Where is the line exactly there?
Let's just say let's just say that the title on the book is the Book of Wild Darkness.
It's like a book of like wild magic, but wild darkness. I like it. She wants to keep this one.
Sure, you can. Surely
She's
you
a
can.
necromancer. She's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
bothered by the human skin or anything.
It wasn't that thing that worried me, but that's fine.
I mean, is it cursed? Or something?
I put it in the first backpack so you can see it, because
Ooh.
it's a really like just.
Let's see.
It's a really
Mm.
and the attunement just alone is like ugh, nasty.
Is it in D&D Beyond or?
Yes, it is in D&D Beyond. I
Okay.
don't think it is in.
Okay, let me just reload my thing and hope that it shows up.
Yep, it's not in.
Yeah, that book is kinda unless you plan to do much evil or become a Death Knight or a Lich, don't read it.
Like information and spell.
Yeah, but the attunement is pretty nasty.
Ooh, Book of Wild Darkness. Okay. Just give me a minute to read it.
Sure.
I head to the shelf on the other side and investigate it. I want to see if I find anything.
Feel free to. Well, see, interesting. Here you find a book that is called Drows and Driders. And on the first page, you find something about someone named Aresta. And it mentions that Aresta, let me just see what it says. Yeah. Oh yeah, you arrest that the investigation into Aresta and is in quotation mark the Spider Queen reveals that she may once have been an elven deity known as Areshni and married to someone named Coralon. Though for some reason she decided to revolt against him and was thrown into the abyss, though and then took the name Lolth, though the scholar remarks that Lolth may be an elvish word for Calabreth, the Lord of Souls, and the Abyss may be a mistranslation of the first layer of the battle, or the realm of the dead. That is like what you get from it. This more.
Okay. I put the book back because my character wouldn't really be interested in drows and driders.
That's fine. Yes. And Kelvin, have you like read the book, or at least read what the book
No,
does?
I'm almost done reading what it does. I feel like she wouldn't really know the stuff about it, so she would read it.
So she would read it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Thing is, I don't actually know what her alignment is. I mean,
That's kind of up to you, isn't it?
yeah, I guess she is a necromancer. Most necromancers are evil, right?
Not necessarily.
I mean, she kind of just wants knowledge.
Well, when you begin to read it, like, just out of the darkness, it's like, it seems like they materialize out of this darkness, and you hear this drip, drip sound, like, and it seems almost like if you ever seen a fire elemental or some kind of elemental, though this one is like create a vile ichor or something, and it's like just starting to like, yeah, they're really looking angry
Oh, at me?
at you, at
Oh,
everything like around
can
them.
everyone see the thingy?
I think they can,
Okay.
and
Hi there.
they are like,
I mean, is it speaking a language?
it,
Or not really?
does you speak? Does you like? Yes, you would. Do you understand?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, Undercommon.
Interesting. Then you'd hear it like this one is coming up, like crawling up to you, and it's like just leaning in to you, and it's like, wait, I hear. Kill the others. The master. Rewards. And it's just, they're like just leaning, and it's like looking as it's, if it had a mouth, it looks like it's drooling, and some of it falls on you, and then it feels like you've been watched as it hits your skin.
I mean, I kind of need them. For now, anyway.
And it's just,
I mean, you can join us.
and it's like, Fluffy, then you die. And it just comes with a hand, like slams it, and it's like just falls down the hand, like just barely misses you.
Oh.
And with that,
Range.
you can start. You can all roll for initiative. Yeah. Now
That's
I think I
creepy.
know why Lusipun is. Now I think I know why it rolls for it.
She's
I rolled
definitely
for Jinfu this time so that I can actually move him around.
Yeah, that's fine. I've just gives Jinfu the free movement. So even when I start combat, you should be moving. And let's see, Amira, she will just be trying to keep Sissel safe. I really had hoped he had been here, but well, that we start the combat with Taru.
Wait, sorry, I have to ask, how has Imis rolled so low for initiative so many times? Aren't you a monk?
Yeah, it's ironic because you have like the highest modifier out of all of us.
Have they just been low rolls? Because
Yeah, they have been low
trying to figure
rolls
out if
because
something's been wrong.
I have a 2 + 4.
Oh, unlucky. All right. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure if that was the game making a mistake or what. But Jinfu's gonna, I mean, Taru's gonna see this, and yeah, he's not wasting any time. He's going to, he is still holding his flame, so he's gonna take that and fling it at the one closest to him.
And it hits, and it's just screaming like, "Fire!" Doesn't seem to enjoy this light, and just does something, and the light is like consumed. It's like the whatever it's made of just eats it, but it's at least took damage. That you can see, can understand on it. It didn't like it.
All right, that is, yeah. I will shout out. Just they don't like light. Like brighten shit up in here, and he's gonna try. Let's see. So still new character. Feels new at least. Just trying to see.
Oh, that's where you were. I was like, where did Taru go?
Yeah, he went all the way around. Oh, okay, yeah, and as his bonus action, then he will command
Jinfu?
Jinfu. Sorry, I thought there was something. I must be confusing it with another character. I thought I had a like glowing effect, but no, apparently not. Yeah, he'll just shout, "Jinfu, go!" and the Drake will try and do a little bit of a flyby.
Yep.
And yeah, that'll be his turn. So the Drake is going to make an attack.
That's fine.
Fight. Oh, that was a nat one. Damn it, Jinfu.
Yeah, and it's just
Tries to fly straight through.
And I actually, can I make you roll an intelligence, just a pure one on Jinfu?
Intelligence? I can't. What, like a normal check or a saving throw?
Just a normal one.
Shit. Intelligence, not wisdom. I've only got wisdom and dex.
Relax. It's not bad, even if you roll a 1.
And I'm just trying to figure out how to actually roll it. Intelligence is the only one that doesn't have a button. And charisma, I think.
You just click on the int and then ability checks if you use the tiny sheet.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Right on Foundry. That's the point. Yeah,
that's why I was like, how hard is it? Because you have Argo who can do it and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's because I was using D&D Beyond for those. Oh, not too bad.
Well, Jinfu apparently is like really aware of like maybe it's not a good idea to attack it or like attack it with melee, but of course that's only something, it's like instinct. But I guess that would bring us to the void one.
Okay, it does. It is moving behind him there. I can't move it on my turn.
That's weird. It should have
So
free
it's going to move
room.
behind him.
Let me
I'll
just check.
Just
Try and move it now, Jinfu.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
perfect.
it's-
Yeah. It just reset when I began combat because I knew I had set him to that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
And
fine.
he should have just enough space to get there. So that is my turn.
Yeah. And that brings us to this one, who sees this little lovely little one and moves to. Let's see if we can smack it. And smacks Jinfu once. Then it's like, kill it. And apparently really want to kill it. I don't know why it didn't give it the damage, but that we can do. Oh, there was a little lag. So yeah, it smacks it, and Jinfu is like really not looking good.
It's asking if I want to infuse the other thing's strikes with fire, like against it.
Come on, maybe
no.
you hate. Maybe you hate
Wait,
your own
actually,
dragon.
if you can change their attacks to flame, I'm not sure if that's how it works. Does it add fire damage or does it change the kind of damage that it deals? No, it just adds fire damage. Never mind.
Yeah,
Because I was
just
going to
adds
say,
it.
because he's immune to fire damage, might be able to make
Yeah,
himself
I
immune.
mean, like, I was like, what's the problem if he's immune to fire damage? At least, I presumed you picked fire.
Yeah, he's been using that, but yeah, Jinfu's looking very bad. Taru just yells out, Jinfu!
To the element near kill. Well, it looks at it and is like, you shouldn't have refused the master. It just starts pounding on her. And it's like, yeah, just do it. With its twice. The first one, it just smacks into her face, and the other just misses. And it's like, foolish girl.
This just means Kate not on the initiative.
Wait,
I don't see myself on the initiative either. But
wait.
she rolled pretty low, so.
Yeah, let's just get you on the initiative. Why wasn't you on the initiative?
I don't know, but I have a 5.
Roll 5, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Let me just add you on it. It's funny, like, I wrote better, but, well, let's just put you back to the correct one. And that's it. That brings us to the one near Taru, who is like, near Jinfu, and it's like, just seeing you just decides to rush after you, which would. Jinfu is a creature, right?
Yeah.
So you can take an opportunity attack against the shadow, or the thing that tries to attack.
Okay, cool. I will. Yeah, I'm checking out. It doesn't say anything about opportunity attacks, so I would assume just as normal rules.
Yeah, it's just a bite attack because that's the only thing Jinfu can do.
Oh my god, Jinfu again. And that's one twice in a row.
I'm like starting
What
to
have I
think.
been teaching this Drake? Goddamn useless. Get out of here, Jinfu.
Shame.
I'm starting to think that
he's about to
Jinfu
die at this
is the most clever one of them all.
Yeah, he shouldn't be taking these opportunity attacks anyway. He's just being a disobedient Jinfu, right?
And the void elemental comes there and is like just there and just comes rushing there and takes a little bit step, but just rushes past you, and so it doesn't take the first hit. Then it comes back again and it smacks you critically, like as hard as it can. It's like, you will die
and I'm going to use my reaction as he really smashes me with to do telekinetic reprisal. He needs to make a strength saving throw. We pushed 10 feet back.
And he
Take
fails.
2d8 force damage.
And how much did you say it was back?
I rolled pretty shit. There was a 4 force damage.
No, it already had that. It was more the range that pushed it back 10 foot.
Oh, 10 feet, yeah.
Yeah, it is pushed back and it's like just they're like
That's
really
terrifying.
mad, and you starting to feel like, oh, let's see here. You starting to feel like unease, like there's something in your body that hurts. And with that brings us to Amira, who is like, come on, Sissel, come here. And it's like, Sissel. And then she's like, dragging him, like, I don't think there's anyone here. But because she drags him, she can only move at half speed, which means brings us to Imis.
Do you have any sort of clue where they are roughly?
Give me a perception check.
Does a 17 flat 17 of passive even matter?
You know what? You don't even need to do that because 18 is like you can hear a whisper, and you just like clearly heard that there's something like around here, maybe around the what's called the bookshelf.
There.
Just screaming at Calera.
Yeah, I rush over to that point. I immediately spot the threat and charge at it, and I'm going to strike it twice with my flaming draconic strikes this time.
Advantage both of them, since Calera is a creature that I will say is fine. It hits it.
And that's 6 fire damage, and another one. And then I'll use my flurry of blows.
It hits.
So it took a total of 17 damage. So flurry of blows, is it 1 attack or 2, or how many is it even?
It's 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, it didn't, it only rolled once, so I'll make another one. And that was my turn.
Perfect. Which brings us to Kalia.
Calera will. Does this thing look like an undead, or like it would be immune or resistant to necrotic damage?
I will not answer that since I technically
can I
already
roll
gave
for
away.
it?
I already gave away what type it was. It's an elemental.
Does it look like it would be immune to necrotic? No. It's an elemental.
Yeah, I mean, Taru did shout out that they don't seem to like light, and they are void elementals from what we can see. So I think we might know what their weakness is.
Like
this is again one of those like the same situation as last time where all my spells did cold damage, and then it was like, wait, these things might all be immune to cold damage.
Yeah, but with me it's like necrotic and cold and poison and stuff.
Yeah, only one way to find out.
Do I really want to use a... Okay, you know what? She'll try a Toll of the Dead on it first to see if it, like, is resistant or immune to necrotic. And it... Well, actually, do we feel safer with chill? No. Let's do chill touch. Even though you don't need to touch it. Fuck is with my rolls today?
It doesn't hit, it just like...
Thought so.
The master gonna cure made you powerful, girl. Girl.
I think skeletons are gonna stay out of this one. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
They could just shoot arrows at it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, they'll shoot arrows. I'm sad. Catacomb is basically like... Oh, no. DCs is basically DCs now.
And which one is it you target?
The one by me.
Let's see, you have... That's 3...
What the fuck is with my roll?
Well, I can tell you this much. There's only 2 of them that hits. That is Steve, because Steve is awesome, and Catacomb.
Steve is...
And it takes...
12 damage.
Yeah, and now the question is... because of this actually is important, is attacks from animated dead considered magical, or is they just base attacks? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I think they're base though.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a good question, because if you're the one animating them, then it would be your magic that is controlling them.
Yeah, but
I think
it's
a
also
base
like
skeleton,
it's
like
also
the monster,
like
doesn't.
it's also like, I think even if you animate them, if they shoot, like, are you gonna give them like all oath bows or something like +1 bows?
If I could afford it, then absolutely.
Yeah, but you most likely didn't, so it takes half the damage. And that would be your turn, which would bring us to Taru.
All right. You see the tattoo on Taro's shoulders begin to swirl as he reaches down and grips both of his short swords, unleashing them towards him in this cross slash as he makes 2 attacks against the one directly in front of him with his Eldritch Claw tattoo. So it is now they are now magical attacks, and they've got a reach of 15 feet.
Yeah, I know how the one works, but seems you just isn't used to doing it with it, as both of them just flies by, or maybe the sword just don't want to do it.
Did the we couldn't tell if it was, because that Toll the Dead didn't hit, right?
No, because she didn't do it. Toll of Dead. She did a chill touch, which, as I recall, that is a ranged spell, which would mean it has.
Well, yeah, whatever. What I'm saying is that he doesn't know that it's whether or not it's immune to necrotic, but he will, he will just sort of take some steps back. Shit. And he'll realize that he's cornered. He'll just say, "I'm sorry, Jinfu." And that'll be his turn because he's used his bonus action. And
Jinfu isn't gonna do anything. Remember, he goes
Jinfu
on your turn.
Because I have to use a bonus action to command him, he will take the dodge action on his turn.
Okay,
because I haven't.
Good, I remember that. So when this one, luckily, then it's like, now let's slam this. But since it's dodge action, it disadvantage, and it first just misses him. It's like Sildren, and it's just there like, why won't you die? And that brings us to the other elemental who now has decided that it doesn't like Im is attacking him very much. So it turns to you and tries to slam you. But it just as it moves, it almost falls over. Then it comes up and tries again. But it just can't hit you. Why so? Don't be so quick, boy.
How about you? Don't be so slow.
Is it now that I say, because you said that, it goes nuclear and do a 10d10 damage to everyone in the room? No, it's not that nasty. Well, this void elemental is like, you're not going anywhere, Worm of Sadio. And tries to smack you, and it's just, what is it with you, worms?
Get back, beast!
As it comes there, and it succeeds in basically, and just stands there and is like, not so quick. Then he's like, just stands there and laughs at you, which brings us to the last one, who is like,
It does take half damage, by the way. I don't know if that automatically does it.
yeah, it half damage. Let's see.
So that would have been 4. Oh no, sorry, 3. Because it was 7 force damage halved.
Well, good you mentioned that. Then it heals a little. But now that brings us to the.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's one.
What? No, you can't just say that and then not. Like, what is happening to it when I do force damage to it?
It's basically just force damage. Didn't you say it did half damage, the force damage?
Yes.
Basically what it does, it's basically like the force damage hits it and it's like vibrating through it, and it seems to be like, instead of being like trying to, like last time, just being concrete of that, just lets itself like go and just lets the force flow through it, so it doesn't do as much damage as last time. So it doesn't seem to be immune or resistant to force. It seems just to basically have figured out what you're doing.
Okay, but mechanically, did my force damage just heal that creature?
No, it was just me adjusting because it did 7 damage
okay,
to
no,
it.
that's why I was confused. I was like, wait, you have to tell me if my force attacks are healing the thing.
Relax, I will say if it healed. But
that's why I was confused.
Yeah, but the other one is like, it just comes in there like, a skeleton. Oh, I can add you to my collection, and it tries to basically like body slam. You know, like a coat.
That's rude.
Yeah, and it's like, skeleton is like, nope, and just steps besides it, and it's like, nope, and it's like, you're not getting away.
Oh no, poor Mr. Skellington.
And it just slams down on him. Wait,
It's alright though.
why did it do? This is wrong. Wait a second.
Skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning, no?
Oh, God damn it! I didn't know. That's why he was brought.
Yeah, skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, so they take double damage from it.
Yeah, and it's like, you'll be mine next. This brings like us to a mirror who's like just looking down. It's like, come here, Sizzle. We're gonna hide here. And she's like trying to come here and like hide behind the bookshelf. And let's just give her a little roll to see how her stealth is. And because Sizzle Well, she thinks she and Sizzle is hidden, but the armor may have revealed them. Which brings us to Imis.
If we have another
Okay.
character death because Jerry dropped out, I'm gonna be really annoyed because I could really use the fire Pinasi right now. Sorry, Karen.
I'm going to attack first time with my sword. Normal roll, I assume.
No, because look, Kelria is just behind it, so you would still have advantage.
Yeah, but last time you rolled one attack with advantage because
oh.
of the armor with someone that was.
No, that was because of the skeletons, because else you could just abuse them to get advantage. That's it.
Ah, okay. And then I move myself one to here, and I use my Breath of the Dragon instead, and for fire. Why doesn't it play in the... Okay, it didn't place a cone, but it seems to fail it. And
Yeah,
it takes 4 fire damage.
Takes 4 fire damage. It doesn't enough, but
And
let's just add that to it. Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my patient defense to take the dodge action as a bonus action.
That's fine. Perfect.
And that's my turn.
And that brings us to Kalia.
Yeah. She will do Toll the Dead. Try and engage with her. Got resistances to necrotic.
Toll of the Dead, you see. Let me think.
Yeah.
That's
Wisdom save. Haha, nice.
It fails, and it takes 6 necrotic damage.
What?
Yep.
9? If it's resistant?
It is.
Then it would take 9, right?
It would take 9, so there is apparently something with necrotic, since it should normally take 9, but it only takes 6.
So to like divide it into 3.
It's like it has resistance and then adds another resistance.
Yeesh. She'll relay this annoyed. And now let's do some short bow attack. I feel like soon I'm only gonna have 4 skeletons. Actually, I did fairly well this time.
That's 3 skeletons.
Okay, 18. 18 piercing. That's not bad. That's
9,
not bad.
since it takes half, and it's the one in front of you, right?
Yeah. You know, you can't have them attack Steve. Like, Steve has to stay.
Well,
Steve's the one in the character art, so Steve can't die.
Well, it dies, like this creature.
It's not like they are going to notice the difference between one skeleton and another.
Perfect, that was.
Well,
it just died. It just basically, it's just like when the arrows is like, the first is like
like Steve has a black cloak,
and in front of it,
like
it's like
so.
Well, basically what you see now is it's basically been left behind like a puddle. It's just a puddle of whatever it was.
When did it die?
Yeah, it died. It just
nice.
Was killed by it. But that brings us to Taru.
Okay.
Steve, just like pulls his cloak around him, proud. Sorry.
So Taru now backed up against the wall. he is going to cast a spell, and he is going to cast Zephyr Strike as a bonus action.
Yep, and I know what that does.
And so, yeah, he won't provoke opportunity attacks, and he is going to dart away from here. He's going to move 15 feet this way, and as he's going, he's going to spin around and take a strike. He's still got his Eldritch Claw up, so it'll be a sword strike that he's going to try and give himself advantage on this one.
That's fine. And I can see if it hits, then we add 7 force to it.
Yeah, 19.
And you can roll the damage. 7 plus 8. Let's see. And oh yeah, that would count as magical. Let me just check.
Wait,
something.
it's not. It didn't add the. Oh no, it did. Never mind. I thought it didn't add nothing. Yeah, so 8 magical piercing. Does the Eldritch Claw also? I think that also does extra.
The Eldritch Claw also does something. I know because.
Yeah, it's 1d6 force damage as well.
Yeah, if you can roll the 1d6, then I will.
Nice. Okay, so that's another 5 force damage on top of that. And Jinfu will use its reaction to add another. To add more fire damage to that. If it hasn't killed it already.
Oh, holy shit! I just. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it, but yeah.
Alright.
Well, it just is like you just unleash this barrage like to it, and it's like just there, like I'm gonna eat you, eat you, and it's just there. It doesn't look like it looks like it needs to like focus to keep itself like together and not end up like you wouldn't have seen it, but like the puddle that Kelria she just killed Bell turned in one of them into.
Okay, then he will continue to run and just grimace as he keeps running past Jinfu. Oh wait, this one just died. So wait, never mind.
Which
He's
one
going for
just
that one.
died? That one is
The
alive.
one that's fighting the skeletons just died, right?
No, that one was alive. It is the one Kelria and Amos was fighting.
Was that one over
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Okay,
It's a bit complicated when stuff like.
No, that's cool. That is how I understood it at first. I just got confused. So he runs around the skeletons past that one, and then is going to take a second attack against this.
Yep, feel free.
Again. It's just normal. Oh, come on, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is wise to use tricks and just is like just hands out the finger and is like I'm gonna play with you after I'm gotten myself a new skeleton. And Jin, and that would mean Jinfu would take the dodge action again.
Yeah.
Which actually that may actually save his life. Let's see. Okay. Wait a second. Jinfu has, so it should hit. Why doesn't it? It does.
Oh wait, it keeps asking for me to roll every time you attack it. Let me just double check.
That's super weird that it asks like the infusion. Maybe because I think I've set up the infusion wrong.
Yeah, I think it's registering it as when something hits it, not when something within 30 feet of it hits. But it's maybe it has been asking me, but I don't know.
Yeah. It is most likely me making an error, but Jinfu looks really, really bad at really, really bad.
Oh, one of those hit? Okay. 8, 9.
And it just and this one just looks at Jinfu with glee and is like, so a gift for the master. Yeah, but yeah. And that's like, where did you go? It's like looking, but it's like deciding that one can have it. And it goes from catacomb. Luckily, there's a skeleton between, and it misses with the first slam. But the second one, oh no. It just slams this catacomb, and he is now ready for the catacombs. And it's like, are you happy, master? I killed one. And that brings us to the other one, who now is like, now let me get my meat suit. It just attacks it and just slams over it, bringing Mr. Skeleton down. And then it's like, I said that I would take you. And it looks at Taru. And it moves, which... yeah, you can do one short sword attack with Jim.
Oh my god, if Jim saves Taru's life right now, it would have made up for all that hate. Or at least
Okay,
make
let's go.
Taru feel bad.
Jim short sword. I'm assuming short sword.
Yeah, short sword. Because if you try to shoot it, then it's... well, you hit it.
Ha!
Damn you!
Kills him.
No, it doesn't kill him. Actually, wait. It's not magical, so it takes only half of this. But it's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill this one first. You can wait. And he steps out of your attack of opportunity. You know what I'm trying to say. Attack of
So I get
opportunity.
an attack.
Yeah, he basically is so enraged over being attacked.
Come on now. Jim's not even worth it. And he goes for it. If he was moving out of there, he would have technically been flanked by one of those skeletons. But doesn't 18 hit any?
You can
Wait,
roll
Mr.
damage,
Skellington?
yes.
Oh, Mr. Skellington's dead too?
It's basically,
well, if-
more to be more exact, it's basically inside of this creature. Let's just see.
the damage should. Yeah, it was 7.
And
damage.
it's like, but it's like, no. He just leans over and smacks.
Oh wait, it's not only 7 damage.
It's oh yeah, there's the force damage from, isn't it? With the claw.
Yeah. It's only 1.
Oh.
Still, it does a little, but it still comes over there and it's like, die, Jim! And just comes down, smacks hard into it. Which brings us to Miro just decides like to get a little closer into it and it's like, let's just hide here. And that brings us to Ms.
Let's see. I saw that they were still going on there. Yeah, let's do. Okay, I'm going to move there. Then. Oh wait, that's one of the skeletons. There we go. Then I'll go. Oh. I'll go there. And this one. And then attack with my Moon Touch short sword. Normal, I assume, since no. Okay. Yes. Shoot. Distance. Okay, so I'll go again with my
Oh,
airbrush.
someone has become wise.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
Wait a second. That's a. Holy shit, that's a cone?
That's the wrong one because it's I need to do the fire one.
Just roll that. We just say.
Yeah,
We just take the force
Yeah, but
damage.
the save is also different.
Yeah, that's why I say you can just roll.
Oh yeah, do you still want me to roll it or not?
Yeah, just use it, and then if it just uncheck the consume of use. If it does that, I'm not. Yeah, because see, and it fails the void elemental, which then means. I just give it 7. It should take the 7 damage perfectly. And let's see, it's a 15 cone, isn't it? Yeah, well, that should be fine.
Worst case, I'll fry some dead skeleton, but
It's fine. We just say it's fine. So you don't hit the cute little Jim or Steve, because Steve is awesome.
oh yeah, it can be a 20-foot cone or a 5 feet wide 30-foot line. So I'd go for the line in that case, and if possible, stop it earlier because I don't want to burn the books.
That's fine, because as you basically you see the line and it's like you are so sure it hits the books, and it hits, and you hear this like, and you think like, oh no, the books has been exploded, but to your surprise, there's just a little black spot where the line ended, while everything like the bookshelves, it's like pristine, like there's not even a scratch on them. So you most likely presume that there is something that has put protection against the books in case someone decided to like throw fire spells or meteor
Okay,
or
nice.
whatever. Yeah, and that brings us to your turn is over, right?
Yeah, that was my turn.
Yeah, that brings us to Kalia.
Chimera
Yeah,
will
and I really wonder why.
yeah.
I feel like she
well,
just
that's
announces herself every turn.
definitely-
Kazira!
um,
One day I will learn it.
let's do fire damage with chromatic orb to the one. Well, whichever one's closest to Steve. Steve's her favorite. Steve is the one in the character art, the big grim reaper behind her. Steve was her first skeleton. So she doesn't want Steve to die. So whichever one's closest to Steve, there's a chromatic orb coming towards him.
Okay, let's just see the roll. Yes, that hits. It's just like,
Yeah.
God damn it, girl. I'm gonna consume you two. I'm gonna
Please tell
send
me
you
some
to
of them
eternal darkness.
go down.
It doesn't go down. It's just
Please tell me like that they're at least like looking somewhat bad. Like
nope. There suddenly spawns 4 more just around you. No, I wouldn't be
that
that
shit.
cruel. No.
Fuck this shit, melt. But yeah, that's they're close now, so
Well,
I feel like half her skeletons are dead.
yeah, half her skeletons are dead. Like, and if nothing happens, Jim may be the next.
Yeah, let me just put there's the skeleton. Okay, so Jim is gonna do short
There's
sword.
Jim, Frank,
Frank.
and Steve.
Short sword and Steve. Short sword. Jim running batted as usual.
Well, Frank, he just somehow like managed to like turn like drop the sword and it's like up and then like grab it and somehow managed to like the elemental behind him like stabs them while the others is like looking so impressed that they just are like holding it and then it falls down on their head and they are like they don't even notice it. Even their bodies or yeah, well if they had a brain would be like they wouldn't even register it that they have dropped their weapons. And Steve he is like so amazing that it drops on his head and it stays there like just like balancing on his head while he like watches Frank just hit the one in the back.
What? Why was there like a random that one sound in?
That is because the timer on turns is over.
Oh, okay.
That is the combat next, but that's fine since your turn is over, and that brings us to Taru.
All right. Taru's going to start off. He's still under the effects of the Zephyr Strike, but takes his first attack from range. Did I understand right that melee attacks seem to damage the attacker as well? Like it's not a good idea to be right up close.
It seems to maybe not damage, but you feel like like it may not do damage, but it's like my what's called like my joint is like aching or something like if something is like entering your body or something like
okay,
really bad.
That's fine. That's enough. Enough to not go up close. So that first one hits for 7 plus. Come on, man. Why is this so hard?
And then we have the force damage from the tattoo.
Again, another 1. And sorry, I just want to. With the Zephyr Strike, you can only
do it once. The advantage.
do it once per spell, right?
Yeah, once per Zephyr Strike. So unless you are like being really wasteful on casting it again.
No, I'm not going to do that. But he is going to. If this thing is still up, he'll take another swing with his short.
Yeah, unless there's suddenly a skull icon, that means they still up. At that, I can confirm hit.
Okay, so 8 piercing, 5 force damage on that one. And then
it's like no.
Then he will use a key point if it's still up, right?
Yes, it's basically like no. It's you can see like the bones that it's like skeletons like through him. It's like it's like fighting to keep it on like its skeleton.
So then as he takes the 2 strikes with his sword, then he spins around in the air and takes 2 kicks, also just blasting out these flaming eldritch claw strikes. The first one I think is a miss, but he will he's using a key point to do flurry of blows. So
that's
he gets
fine.
one more. Oh, come on, seriously?
And it's like getting my son.
Oh, goddamn, he should have.
And
yeah, all right. Then he'll move away.
Yeah, you can move.
Yeah, keep the wall was just getting in my way.
Weird.
He will put some distance between them and try and split them up, as that is going to be his turn. But poor old Jinfu over there is going to be dodging again.
Hopefully it saves his life. It just misses it. And it's like, how can such a tiny worm be that quick? And it's like,
It's just weaving around, like ducking and weaving. This little serpentine dragon flitting around.
and he's like, you're gonna die. It's trying to be threatening. Which brings us to...
Okay, go Jinfu.
And is it now that I really do something nasty? No. This little void one, it sees this skeleton. It's like, yes, let me get some skeleton. But first it's just like, no. Okay, let's try and see if we can crawl through the like abdomen. And it's like starting to crawl into like Frank. Apparently Frank doesn't like that very much, and it's damaged. And it's like, soon I'll have a skeleton also. And then there's this one who is like, no. Worm of Sadio, you die. And it just tries to hit Emis, but just can't seem to hit it. It's just like, what is it with your worms? You should all just go back. Let the master, let the great one take you. Let Sarstras take you. That brings us again to her, who is like starting to like, she peeks up and sees like, seems to be fine, but yep. Oh, books! And starts like going through them. It's like seeing if there's anything interesting. Which brings us to Emis.
Yeah. With my moon touched sword, I'll attack again. Where? Yeah. Not sure why it just rolled the damage. Let me roll again. Because it only rolled the damage for some reason.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, why does it roll a d6? Well, it doesn't change. It's like...
I should be able to make one with my... Oh, wait, I do have extra attack.
You have extra attack, so you should be able to make one more. But it doesn't help. It just wise to you. It's like, even though it's like, man, it's like, So what you actually are hitting, like, is actually skeletons, like the skeleton, because it's like, just allows itself to drip down and then just rolls up like, it looks like agonizing. But it seems to just not want to let go of its skeleton.
Okay, that was my turn.
So Frank is dead too.
You will hear the Drake roar out, kick him before the end of your turn, because you're a monk. Don't you still have as bonus action an unarmed strike?
I'm not going to attack him barehanded because last time I did that, it didn't feel good.
Oh, but don't you also have magical attacks as a monk?
Yes, monks are magical. That's why I was like, normally it's, if you do it with this tool, it will tell if it's magical, not magical. That's why I think the bite of Jinfu, I've marked that as magical. Since he...
So Frank is also dead now.
No, Frank, he's alive. He just like having a void elemental inside of him. Like what is called like the abdomen, like the rib cage. It's just trying to crawl up that way.
Okay. I'm gonna attack the closest one to Steve again. But this time at like second level. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's like somehow like hiding inside of like Mr. Skeleton's like ribcage, seeing like what its partner is doing. Is like, no, girl, you're not kidding me. But you still have the 3 skeletons.
Let's, for fuck's sake, laptop, man. Just give my laptop a second to get its shit together.
Yeah, and I'm gonna remove the
short sword.
Since I'm pretty sure that's what causes this weird one.
Yeah, Jim does terribly as usual. Hopefully the other 2 hit though.
Let me just check.
How does it
Yes.
keep snapping to me? What are you trying to do?
Yeah. That's because I basically removed some of the observer because for some reason I gave the skeletons observing, which fucks with it. But let's see here. Frank, he actually managed like do the same thing again. He just stabs this creature like he may be good at backstabbing. Maybe he was a rogue in his previous life. Though because it is not a magical weapon, it's like, nope. Stevie is like coming there and he's like, the man in this like just coming there and just slices through it and just like you see the Igor or whatever it is, like what seems to be the source of this creature's just there on his sword, and he just down and it basically falls right beside Imus and it's dead.
Oh, finally. Yeah, that's my turn.
Which brings us to Taru.
Alright, he will approach. Okay, that's 15 feet, so he's going to just run in and leap into the air, spinning to do a double strike against that one.
Feel free.
Okay, second one hits for 7 plus 6, and yeah, is it? Or actually, yeah, I mean we going all out here. So
yeah, it's just been like, and it's like trying to just hold on to like Frank's ribcage, but it's just like falling apart and then like down beneath like Frank's feet, just now just a puddle of nothing.
all right, nice. So he, yeah, as he sort of does that spinning attack, he'll just bounce off the ground and start rushing in towards Jinfu. And as he approaches, I just want to check. Do you know what the Zephyr Strike does? Is the movement?
It is just the movement thingy. I think
But does that still?
that is only once. It's once.
But also on the first turn. Okay, cool. Then from there, with his bonus action, he will. Yeah, I thought I was going to command him. But yeah, then he will use his bonus action to tell Jinfu to get out of there. Get behind me, Jinfu! And command him to disengage and make his way into the stacks behind him. Holy shit, why did he get a giant?
Okay, so
Jinfu, you grow up.
well, man, like, hey, who knows? Maybe it. Yeah, you just see like writhing tentacles come from Jinfu and raise him up to see like extremely giant. And then you realize that, and they just vanish under him and just falls down, and he looks like sad.
All right, yeah, that's my turn. Like as he's now just trying to protect Jinfu.
And it's like, don't take my sacrifice away. Yasuda wants him, but you can do well also. He comes there and yeah, he hits you. I'm pretty sure with that damage with 20. Yes, but why?
Yeah.
He just hits you and it's like, yes, you will die. And it's so excited that he just slams past you and it's like, no.
Sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. I was trying to do a telekinetic reprisal, so he needs to make a strength save.
Yeah, let me see. And he makes it.
Okay, so he'll take half damage, so that's 5 force damage, and he's not pushed.
Yeah, and it looks surprised. You hurt me.
I do have to make a concentration check, though. Okay. Still up.
Yes. And as he has hit you, you feel this, like, where he hits you, like, it's like your joint, like, really aching. You really, it doesn't feel good. And Amira, she's just like, keep it up, guys. There's some really interesting books here. You should come and read them. And she's just, yeah. And that brings us to Imis.
Okay, I see the last one attacking Taru, so I charge in and I make 2 attacks with my sword.
What the fuck is happening with Charu?
That's his telekinetic reprisal.
Man, I love that. It seems like he float. Yeah, that hits the lesser elemental, and it's like, no, not the starlight. It doesn't really like that. He really, compared to that, it's like you really don't like that sword. Like,
For some reason, I don't see the damage roll it made.
for some reason, I don't see the damage roll either, and I'm like, why does it not post? Let's see. Damn it. Why? Maybe it's the telekinetic that breaks everything. I don't know.
Let's see. The damage roll is 1d6 plus at modifier, so.
You can
let's
double the
see.
modifier. Just saying.
Double the modifier?
Yeah, basically. If it's like +2, you can say +4.
Oh, okay. Short sword is finesse, so it will be a plus. Look, let's see. Normally it's a +4, so it would be a +8 in total.
Yep. And well, it just like, it seems like it's almost breaking its neck. Just and then
I'll
turns
swing another
around
one.
looking at you, like knowing now that you are like the biggest threat.
So a normal roll, I assume.
Yeah, but no. Since Taru, he is.
Oh, okay, yeah, because okay, no, never mind. Okay.
Holy shit! Did you just? Was it only me, or did Jinfu just suddenly explode into a blood?
Just coughed up blood there on top of the bookshelf.
Yeah. You. Wait a second. Yes, you hit it. It posts. That's fine. It's like, no, that's solved. No. You must die now. Really, like, seems agitated over your sword.
Okay, yeah, that was my turn because I don't think I can attack with my bonus action with my sword, right?
Nope. I think that is specifically saying unarmed.
Yeah, I think it was also for bonus action that you can with an offhand weapon, but then you roll without the without proficiency.
Yeah, the what's it called? Yeah, you used unarmed. Whatever it's called. Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
I'll do that. So 1d20 flat. Nope, that misses.
And it's like not so smart. That brings us to Kylera.
Finally. Okay. Yeah, let's. How far is that one? Yeah, let's do cantrip. No, fuck off. Cantrips are like necrotic. Maybe they're not resistant to cold. Let's try that. Ray of Frost. My rolls today are absolute shit. I don't know if I've rolled above 5.
Nope. And it's just like no. It just doesn't care about you. Like
Do some short swords. One of these days, Jim is gonna he's gonna like hit eventually. You know,
Yeah.
Frank is being a real MVP tonight.
Yeah, Frankie just steps forward and is like, just steps in there like, there with sword, and then steps back.
Kate, I will also remind you that lightning bolt is not the same as call lightning here. You said earlier you said you didn't want to do it because it was inside, but I'm not sure if you meant because you didn't want to start a fire or because you couldn't call the lightning through the ceiling. But lightning bolt is also a line attack. Just
I know that's the thing I'm worried about. It's like hitting the bookshelves and starting a fire.
Yeah, fair enough. I just wasn't because I suddenly realized if you thought it was because there's a ceiling.
No, there's like a thing that says the lightning ignites flammable objects in the area. So it's like that's kind of risky for inside a library.
Do you mean flammable like your own clothes?
No, that aren't being worn or carried.
Well, books
So,
are
like,
technically
books.
worn or carried. They are carried by the bookshelf. Though the bookshelf, well, they are carried by the building, interestingly enough. But with that said, that brings us to Taru.
My turn.
Okay, so Taru then, he succeeded on his check, so he'll dart up this way. So okay, I've now seen the Emma's using his sword, and it seemed like using his sword did not give him that same feeling. Am I right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like hurting, unless of course Image was like just taking like the sword afterwards and being like this eager just on his hair, on his skin.
Okay. Then he won't use flank. He'll just run and do again another spinning strike.
It's
23. I'll roll the other one first. Yeah, there's an 18.
It's
And then 8 force damage on top of that. So yeah, 11 piercing and 8 force damage.
it looks like around like if there's something it can be like just going away or something.
Then he will lift his leg in the air and just bring down an axe kick for his unarmed strike, and the energy will come down from the sky and miss him again on 11. God damn it.
Can't touch this. Do.
Yeah. Jinfu will be dodging. That is my turn.
Wait. Okay, you just did that. I'm fine. That brings us to this one. Who is like, no. Better bring that one with the sword down.
Oh
Just
shit, I still had so much movement. Why?
yeah, and I'm pretty sure
Oh, well.
that hits with the 18 there. That hits. Yep, fine. It's that, so it hits you, and then it's like, yeah. Plus, let me just check because I'm. Oh yeah. And because of that, your corruption is that high. You actually take extra.
Why would I take extra? Because if it's oh wait no
It is
actually
because
okay.
this one is, while it says bludgeoning, it's actually void damage. It does. So because D&D doesn't support void damage, it doesn't. But it's just like, yes, feel the master's touch. That brings us, yeah, Hera, she's just like, oh, seems you're doing fine. Oh, what's this? She's like leaning in and trying to retrieve something, and that brings us to you, MS.
Yeah, attack 1.
You just seize it, and this light is just like you strike into it, and it's just for a moment like you can basically like let me just see if I can get that like suddenly like you get a huge blinding light. That creature just, there's not even a puddle left. It is dead. That brings you out of combat. And apparently it pixelated Taru for some reason.
Because I flashed my junk at it for a second and it censored it. Oh, what the fucking hell were those things? Jinfu, you okay? And he runs over to check on the Drake.
And like near where Amira and Sizzle is, they hear like this click as the door that was previously locked now is open, and Amira is like pulling out like a vial of something. Like, what does it say? Like, a vial of swirling darkness. She's like, this is interesting. And then it's like, who wants this? And she's like holding this vial up. Let me just give you an image of it. That one. That's how it looks.
It looks interesting.
Just turns back and Taru says, I think either of you definitely earned that. I'm sorry about your skeletons. I hope you can bring them back, Kalera. Jinfu. And he's just doesn't care about the vial. He's more focused on his Drake.
Can Kylera take a look at it? She will say though that it's probably time for a long rest soon.
She's like, it's like Amira is like, no, we don't have time for a long rest. We really gotta. I'm sure we're close. Like, and she's like handing you the vial, and let me just.
If we can
Lady.
take a long rest, maybe a short rest then at least.
Well, look, lady, I'm gonna use my like 4th level spell slot to bring my friends back. So if you want me to have my 4th level spell slots, kill people or have like spell slots left, because I've burnt through quite a lot of them, then I think we should probably take a long rest.
We're all tired, Kylera.
Put these like skeletons through a lot of trauma today. I want more pay for that.
Sure.
Very upset.
Sure, a family would most likely pay for that to keep them safe. Sure, we can. Yeah, sure, we can take that short rest, but not more.
Yes, look, I know that this was unexpected, but your friends were already dead. I recommend gathering their bones or whatever you need. This is not a safe place for us to rest for very long. But an hour to nurse our wounds and do what you can, I suppose, will at least get us out of here alive.
So I guess she'll cast 4th level animate dead to get to the 3 like dead back to just dead. Just like 1 dead. And then take the short rest to get that 4th level spell slot back.
When you cast that, feel like this surge, like this extremely power, and one of them. Let me just. Oh yeah, I already removed one. One of them seems to have like a little bit more meat to it. Like there's like not meat, but it seems to be like a bit like that void one. And let me just.
Yeah. Is it the skeleton? He died first.
No, it wasn't skeleton. It was the final one. And you. Why can't I give it? You should be. I'm gonna give you a control over. No, since you can't control them, I'm just gonna control it. But you have like this little void one that you saw earlier, though it's not as powerful as.
Which one is it? Is it Frank?
No, Frank is alive. Ah, God damn it! What is his name? It is Deceased that has come back as a little void elemental. Let's just.
Wait. Deceased was the first one to die, like before this combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the rest is returned from. Let's see. Ah, God damn it! How is it? Let's just see. Yeah, healing works on them. Good, perfect. That brings them back to life. Perfectly. Do you also hear this voice? This is just a small gift, girl. Give me the others. And I can grant you much more.
She's confused. But she's gonna look at the vial.
Yep, the vial, sadly I haven't created it in D&D Beyond, but what it does... Find it, because I've read it. I have it here in, luckily, D&D Beyond, not D&D, but the Forge. Let's see, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Basically, if you drink it, you roll a D8 and consume and basically gain a statistic of a creature, an elemental, for 10 minutes. And it works like a polymorph spell. But after those 10 minutes, you are to do a saving throw against the banishing spell. No, wait a second. No, wait. Here it is. If you fail an intelligence save, then you take 66 psychic damage, are insane until you finish a long rest. And insane would mean that you can't take action, can't understand what other creatures are saying, and can't speak. Can't read and speak only in gibberish. That is the effect of the vial. Though you can become an elemental, a green hag with spell casting, a wraith, a unicorn, or a succubus. depending on what the role is. So it could potentially be used, but it can also be dangerous.
By the way, can like the skeletons, like if they take a short rest, can they roll hit dice to like regain hit points?
I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure how stuff like that works, since necromancy never really my thing.
I assume they'd just recover hit dice because, well, they are still creatures.
Makes sense.
Sure, why not?
I'll also use an action to resummon Jinfu, as I can do that once in a day, but we'll just use an action to just, you'll see a little burst of flame as his scales start to reform themselves during the long rest.
Perfect.
The short rest. Sorry.
Yeah, the short rest. That's perfect. Which means, yeah, I can see on the clock that perfect, since I know that if you trigger the next fight, that can take a long time. So I think it would be best to stop now and then take the final one. Well, I'm not sure. Thursday?
Yeah.
Wait, Thursday? What do I'll have to check Thursday. No, I don't have anything Thursday. I think I have something Monday. Let me check though.
And you, Amos?
Coming Monday,
No, not Monday. Thursday.
Thursday. That should be fine, I think.
Yeah, because then we can finally finish it. And I just realized something. If I look at Frank, he has turned into a horse. So whatever magic is going on.
Horse.
Yeah, look at Frank. He's a
I
freaking
can't
horse.
see Frank. What?
There's a
What?
skeleton horse.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
well I guess we're changing Frank into a skeletal horse then.
Yeah, it's a bit. So apparently, whatever whispered you in the ears has like turned him into a horse.
Yeah, I think you put the bones back together wrong, crazy voice in the sky. It used to be bipedal.
I mean, are you sure it's not like a skeletal owlbear?
You know what? Roll me a D100.
Okay.
And
I feel like having a skeletal owlbear would be so cool. No.
see what it is. 44 with Lucifer. Very interesting. Well, 44. It is like, it looks like that, then it falls like to the ground and reforms, and it's like, it's a really messed up, like, what do you call it, a macabre like depiction, but with a little imagination. It could look like an owl bear. And I will be finding a token for that next time. So I can replace his token with that. Though he still has the statistic of a skeleton. So I'm not sure, like, oh, now I know, like, when he shoots arrows, he's like just opening his mouth and it's like flying an arrow out. Oh, a sword is like coming out of his beak. Or he just beaks. Oh, interesting. Totally forgot about that thing. To speed up time.
Can you guys hear me again?
Yep.
Yeah. My internet also just like cut out for a second. Well, not a second, more than a second. Last thing I heard, Estrella said 44. So whatever happened after that, I don't know.
At 44? Oh yeah, 44. That's basically what I said was that. What is it called? Like Frank, it's like its bone falls to the ground, and then it's like reforms it into a really macabre, like yeah, with some good imagination, it could look like owl there.
Okay, so then it's a skeletal two-headed owlbear. I see.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for the game. That was